we will learn the inheritance in the Swift programming language. What is inheritance? We can get or derived from the one class to another class is known as inheritance. Means that you can derive from the other class properties. Properties means variables and functions. This is known as the inheritance. Very simple. The definition is we can derive from the superclass properties functions in the subclass, that is called the inheritance. That's it only. Okay. In the Swift, class can only provide the inheritance. Structure will not allow the inheritance. That is an important point. Okay. We'll see the practically, then you can understand clearly. Open the Xcode. For example, I have a class. I am declaring the one class. The class is some measures. You can give any name. The first name should be the capital letter. That is a naming convention. You should follow that. This is the empty class. Now I would like to declare properties and functions. These are properties. Here you can declare the functions. What is the use of properties? To store the data. What is the use of functions? To perform the operations or actions. Okay. You can call it as these properties are stored properties. Already I told you previous videos. You can call it as stored properties. PR. Okay. Now I am declaring that two stored properties. Otherwise you can call it as variables. The good name is stored properties. I am declaring h int equal to 10. Again I am declaring the another stored property width w int equal to 20. Right now I am not declaring the any function. Later I can declare, or otherwise we can leave it, no problem. Up to now I am declaring the just two variables, two stored properties. Now I am declaring the another class. This is class. The class is area. I am taking the area class. What classes having actually properties and functions. Here in this class I am not going to declare any properties. Just I would like to declare the one function right now. How to declare the function? Function keyword. The function is finding area. Okay, just this is the function. Now here in this function I would like to perform some operation. What is the operation? Just I am writing in the print statement only. Just I would like to write the print statement. Inside the print statement int width I am giving. That's it only. Now look at the understand the concept. What it is throwing an error. Why? Because use of unresolved identifier h means that in this class we didn't declare any properties h and w. That is the reason it is throwing an error. But I would like to perform this operation. At this scenario, we can follow the concept is called inheritance. The h and w properties are in the superclass or any other class. Okay. Now I would like to access these properties in this class. This is called the inheritance. Not only properties, you can access the functions also. Right now I am you can see the properties only. Okay. Now I would like to access these properties. We need to declare the inheritance. How to declare the inheritance? You need to use the colon. After that you need to give this class name. What is that class name? Measures. This is called the inheritance. Okay, this means that this class can inheritance all the properties and functions inside this class. Okay, this class is called superclass. This class is called derived class. Otherwise you can call it as this is a parent class here. It is a child class here. Okay, look at here, error has gone. Okay, right now I'm creating the object to the this class area only. I'm creating the object. I'm not creating any object to the measure class. I don't want to create object. I would like to create object the area class, and I would like to call this function only. Look at here, area. Okay, after that I'm calling that function. After call the function, area is a reference, finding area. Now look at here, we'll run it. This is called the inheritance. Okay, we can access the properties and functions one class to another class. That is called the inheritance. That's it only. No need to tell anything to in the interview time of also. Okay, we'll check it out what will happen. E- Finding area, height and width, calculated height and width, and it has printed 10 and 10 multiplied by 20. Understand? But but I can access the this properties in the this class inside the function I have used. But I, I get the output is 200. Why? Because it is taking the default values. But I don't want to give the this values. I would like to initialize the values at the time of creating the object. At the time, you need to use the cursor and escape because class doesn't provide the initializers, default initializers or automatic member of initializer. Structure can provide, but class is not providing. That is the reason we need to implement the initializer in this class only, not this class, in this class, because the properties are in the this class only. Okay, we need to implement the init method. What is the use of init method? To initialize the properties at the time of creating the object. Okay, now yeah, and this is the function like a function. It is taking two properties a b. These are the properties or parameters. Sorry, what a one parameter, b is the second parameter. It is taking two parameters. That's it only. This is a function, simple function, but we no need to call this function at the time of creating the object. This function has called. Right now I am initializing the values here. H equal to a. I am assigning the a value to the into the h. Again I am assigning to the b value to the width, that is called the w. Okay, it is fine. Now it is throwing in some error. Why? Because it is having the initializer function. So compulsory you need to pass the values. Now I would like to pass the values here. Look at here 2, 2, 3. Now what is the output now? Very important concept. Please listen carefully. What is the output now? 6. Means that the values will be overridden by these values. And I would like to tell the another point also. I taken the a and b parameter, but I don't want to take the a b. Here also I would like to take the h and the w. We'll see what is the, maybe it is having the stored properties. Again I am giving the h and w again in the function as a function parameter. We'll see what will happen. In this scenario, you'll get the, look at here what it is doing. It is getting error. Why? Because it is getting the ambiguity. Means that we need to separate the this parameter and the stored properties. At the time, if we want to specify the, if we want to point out the this properties, we need to use the self keyword before that h. Here if we use the self keyword, now, is self.h means it is representing the stored properties, this stored property. Self.w means it is representing the this stored property. H means this function parameter. This h means this function parameter. This w means this function parameter. These are pointing to the stored properties. That's it. Understand? Okay. This is a very important point also. You need to remember. We have seen the. You need to change it. This is called the inheritance. Okay, again I would like to show you something. Now I used the properties, superclass properties in subclass, but I would like to use the superclass function into the subclass. How to do this? So now I am declaring the one function. Function is sum is a function. Now I am returning the integer value. So I am giving the integer return value. I am giving, calculate the value and giving the return value. What is the value I am giving? Height and width, height plus width. You can give any value. It is all a temporary value. That is the reason I am giving uh, like this. Okay. Now I would like to access this function inside this class. How to access this? What is the use of this function? It is calculating height and height plus width and returning. If you call this function, you can return the height plus width. Now I would like to call this function. Means I would like to access this function inside this class. How to access this? You can access this. You can access that function directly in the our function. I am taking the another function in this derived class. We load. I am taking the class. Now in this function, I can call that function directly. What's that function? Inside the print statement directly I am giving that function. Means that the output will be printed in that print statement. Now I would like to use that function area we load. Look at here what will happen exactly. Means the superclass function I am using in the subclass. Subclass means I am calling here just sum. This is belongs to the superclass function. Look at here. We load. I call the what is the function? We load. Inside that now we load. Inside that some function. I am calling this function. I am using this function. The what is the output now? 2 plus 2 plus 3 5. Understand what I am trying to tell you? Means that you can access the superclass properties and functions in the subclass. That's what I am telling. Okay. And very important I am going to discuss right now. Now I would like to implement this function as it is in the subclass. Is it possible? It is a possible. What I am trying to tell you is you can implement the superclass function in the subclass as it is. Look at here. Look at here. I don't want to change the function name, all those stuff. But I can change the function inside. I can change the functionality inside the function. But I can implement the same function in the subclass. Now I would like to implement the sum function again. Now at the time you need to use the override keyword. I'm doing something. Just print in the print statement. I'm giving something. What I can give anything that is a string. Okay. What I am doing here. Sorry. Oh, sorry. It is a written. It is a written statement, right? No, I don't want to do this. Written and all the stuff. No problem. No problem. Just I am returning 10 here. Observe this. I can implement the same function inside the derived class. At that time, you need to use the keyword override. Means that the concept is called function override. How to override the function? You can use the override keyword. Means that you are implementing the same function, superclass function into the subclass. That is called the function overriding. If you want to implement the function overriding, always you need to use the override keyword. But I'm not, functionality is different. I'm giving the written 10 here, but here calculating something. Functionality is different. That is the reason I'm overriding it. I would like to same functionality inside this function. You can call directly, no problem. But I don't want to do this functionality here. I would like to written something. That is the reason I am implementing the same function inside the derived class. That is called the function overriding. Okay. Now I would like to override the properties also. We'll see what will happen exactly. Okay. Where h int equal to 100. I am overriding. I'm giving the override keyword. We'll see what will happen. Look at here, cannot override stored property h means that it can override only functions, not properties, not stored property. It is a stored property. Understand what I am trying to tell you. It can override the function only using the override keyword. It cannot override the stored properties. Otherwise, you can delete the override keyword. We'll see what will happen exactly. It cannot override here. If it specify the override also, if you cannot specify the override also, it can't do that because of it is a property. The rule is properties cannot override. Okay, that is very important point. You need to remember. Function can override using the override keyword. Okay, now here this function has override in the derived class. Now I would like to restrict any don't I don't want to given the access to override my function. Okay, I don't want to given the access to override my function. At the time you need to use the keyword is called final. What is the keyword? Final. What is the final keyword? If you give the final keyword, this function cannot be overridden. You cannot override this function. Look at here, you will get thrown an error. What is the error? What is error? Instance method overrides a final instance method. Means that if you declare the function as a final, it cannot override in the subclass. That is a very important point. If you ask the anyone any interviewer what is the final means, if you declare the final keyword before the function, it cannot override that function in the subclass. Now I would like to use the final keyword before the class, before the superclass. This is superclass, right? Actually, measures is a superclass here. Here is subclass here. Now I declare the final keyword before the class. What will happen exactly? Look at here. Inheritance from a final class measures means that if you declare the class as a final also, you cannot inheritance. Understand what I am trying to tell you. If you declare the class as a final keyword before the final class, you cannot you stop the inheritance. It will not give the inheritance. If you declare the final keyword before the function, it will not access the override. It will be restricted. Override will be restricted. Here class inheritance will be restricted here. That is my point. Okay. In this video we have seen the 3 points mainly. What is that? Inheritance. Inheritance means you can access the superclass properties in the subclass and functions also. That is called the inheritance. And you can implement the second point is you can implement the init method to inslice the stored properties at the time of creating the object. That is the second point. I am using the self keyword also here. Here self means it is represent the current class properties. If you use the self keyword, it is represent the current class properties. This is the second point. Okay. And the next point is we have seen the override. Override means if we want to implement the superclass function in the subclass, that is called the function override using the override keyword. And it cannot override the properties in the subclass. Okay, that's it only. That I would like to tell these points in this video. Okay, thank you for watching. If you have any doubt, just comment me. Then I can make another video if you have any confusion. Thank you for watching.